In order to combat against a number of industrial challenges, biometric companies are under pressure to provide solutions that aptly safeguard privacy and protect data, thereby controlling the usage and preventing misuse of private biometric data. This next awardees platform offers not only superior quality, but also scalable, networked series of fingerprint, video, product, and RFID smart card solutions. All of these seamlessly integrate into all types of software applications, thereby addressing the vertical market segments of security and workforce management. We acknowledge this achievement with the 2010 World Biometrics Vertical Market Penetration Leadership Award, which goes to ACTAtek Pte Limited. Please welcome the company's CEO, Thomas Wan, to the stage.
Thank you, Jackie, for the introduction, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank, of course, Frost&Sullivan for presenting us this award. Actually, I had no idea how they got know of us. Secondly, I need to thank all our colleagues at ACTAtek who has been working very hard to be able to deliver such a wonderful product and solutions to be adopted and sold through our resellers, distributors, value-added resellers, and developers to all these Fortune 500 companies, including ABB. The Singapore operation actually use our product for their access control and staff management, as well as Jackie's previous employer, Barclays Bank, also using our product as well. So I'd like to thank you again for Frost for presenting us this award. And lastly, I had to mention a big thank you to my wife and my son to putting up with all the traveling that I've done over the years. And actually, I was in Australia just 3 days ago, and now I'm here. And tomorrow morning, I'll be in Czech Republic. So thank you very much again. Thank you.
Hi, I'm David Frigstad, Chairman of Frost&Sullivan. Congratulations on earning this year's Best Practice Award from Frost&Sullivan. It's a fantastic achievement both for you and your company. We are pleased to bring you this recognition to your hard work, dedication, and creativity. This award is especially meaningful because it's based on third-party, unbiased research and comes from a credible, world-renowned authority. You should be confident that our Best Practices research team identified and verified this year's recipients based off a comprehensive view of the world market and a highly disciplined research methodology. We employ more than 1,800 industry analysts and consultants responsible for tracking more than 250,000 companies in 300 industries worldwide. Our team of industry experts leverage our proprietary team-based research methodology to define industry best practices and identify organizations meeting their high standards of excellence. This award provides you with a powerful opportunity to inspire and influence a wide range of people, but only if they know about it. We therefore encourage you to share the news of your accomplishment with your team, customers, strategic partners, and investors. Once again, congratulations on earning this year's Best Practices Award.
Good afternoon, Mr. Thomas. My name is Muthu Kumar, and I'm the Research Director with Frost&Sullivan. And first of all, I would like to congratulate you on your award today. And as part of this award, we would also like to have a discussion with you, movers and shakers, as we call it, to understand your company a bit more and to understand what you have done in terms of the various strategies which has given you this vertical market penetration leadership in this security market.
Yes.
ACTAtek is one of the leading companies in the ID management solutions. So what are the key steps or the industry practices you have employed to grow ACTAtek to this level?
Well, I mean, as you probably know, the biometric market is still I would say, early adopter stage. It hasn't really moved and catch on with the mass market yet. So the solutions faced by any new technology is how do we get end users to use the technology, which to us means that end user solutions. So our aim has always been trying to deliver a end user solutions that is using our resellers, distributors in different countries worldwide. And to develop all these solutions, we need a stable platform. Okay. Our platform means that we are using three basic technologies. One is the internet web server technology, allowing anytime, anywhere access. Biometric, allowing just to prove that who you claim you are. And the smart card technology, the RFID smart card technology, which allows portability and security, okay, allowing a user to carry that card for multiple applications. And based on these three technologies, we have the ACTAtek device, which can be connected directly to any network, whether it's wired or wireless. And we give the end user solutions. When we look at the solution, we also look at which market we can go into easier. Okay, we don't want to attack a market that would take, say, a year or two to close a deal. We want a market that, hey, we can immediately give a solution. The user can make quick, instant decisions and get it installed maybe in a month, at longest maybe 3-4 months time, which means the time attendance market for us, not government projects. So that is how we attack the market.
Okay. You did mention a little bit about the different markets and how you would like to look at markets that give you shorter turnarounds or shorter sales cycle.
Yes.
But while considering in terms of the geographical markets, say in terms of international markets, what are your primary geographies that where you are very active or you think that you can be very active, and which are the markets you consider as key for your future growth?
Well, I mean, currently ACTAtek has office in Canada, in the States, England, Singapore, Hong Kong, India, Pakistan, Thailand. Okay, but right now, currently, something like about 80% of our revenue are from Asia and the Middle East. I think for the biometric market, privacy is always an issue. Okay, which means that in European countries and American, the US market, privacy has been always a concern, okay? And people don't want their, say, biometric data, whether it's fingerprint or other biometric data, being captured and stored in the device or in someone's web server. So those market, I would say, unfortunately, without all these terrorist attack, it wouldn't be as advanced as now, okay? And each attack actually hasten the speed of adoption of biometric security devices. But whereas in Middle East and Asia, whether you like it or not, people there are easily and more inclined to use new technologies. And if you look at the mobile phone market, most new gadgets are being used by the people in Hong Kong or Singapore first, before it reaches the Western and American market. Hence, we have more office in Asia and Middle East, and we are very active in those regions because of that as well.
Okay, so is this privacy challenge that you're trying to overcome in terms of the newer markets like United States, Canada, and Europe? Is that your biggest challenge in terms of growth in these markets?
In a way, it is, okay, it's a concern, okay. We also see cases where our customers actually telling us, hey, we are, being sued by our employees because we asked them to use our fingerprints to authenticate, to be authenticated. So that is a concern, and a lot of the market out here still prefer to use our smart card base instead of using fingerprint as well.
Okay. In terms of vertical markets, that is in terms of vertical penetration, which are the other verticals or the main verticals that you're looking at, and what potential do you see in some of the new markets that you're targeting in terms of vertical focus?
Okay, as a early player in the industry, as I said, early on the market is not so big. We cannot be so fussy and choosy in which vertical to go for, okay? And that really relies on actually who we have in that country as our resellers or as our value-added resellers. If that reseller happens to be very focused, say in government, then we tend to do very well with government projects, okay? For instance, we have installations in most of the ministries, government ministries in Qatar, in Kuwait, in the royal palaces of Saudi Arabia, etc. Okay, and in Singapore and in Thailand, we have many installations in schools. Okay, in schools whereby kids come in 7:30 from in. Okay, and by 8 o'clock, the headmaster and all the teachers will get a report instantly, and the parents will also receive a SMS message when the kid is authenticated instantly. Okay. And in Hong Kong and other countries, we have many retail shops. For instance, right now, you just mentioned Malaysia. One of our resellers is currently installing our device in all the KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Pizza Hut chains. There's about 1,000 of them in Malaysia. Okay, so they use our device plus our application to manage the workforce. For instance, the time attendance, and then integrate it for their back to their backend application, such as payroll, and how to do rostering, managing multiple shifts according to who is available and the pay scale, such that they can achieve the most economical operation.
Okay. In terms of end user requirements, how do you see the market changing? How do you see the end user requirements changing? Because you gave me a lot of interesting aspects in terms of even schools having it and parents getting an SMS. Right. So how do you see this end user, say, requirements changing for these technologies, and what strategy do you think you are going to adopt to meet these future requirements from end users?
Okay, for us, for ACTAtek in particular, because the way we use the internet, the smart card, and the biometric technology, it means that there are different industrial drivers to drive the market. For instance, 3 years ago, 3G would be very expensive, right? Today, 3G is very cheap. Whether it's in England or in Hong Kong, in Singapore, it probably only costs you something like $30, $40 for 5 gig of data per month, which means that users will be readily using a web browser to browse and control whether it's internet banking, and in our case, to access the ACTAtek device. Okay, I can look at it if you're the manager. Who is at work today? Okay, what time they come in? Okay, all that is available. And if it's a household using our device, there's a delivery man come to deliver a certain item. You can even open the door using your mobile phone's web browser, just clicking on it. Okay, so that is one growth driver for us. The readily available broadband and wireless access of the internet. And secondly, because nowadays a lot of the government are using fingerprint for their passport, okay? So people are now more familiar with the technology, okay? And seeing the convenience of using a fingerprint, say for instance, to get into your office without having to carry a key all the time, okay? So that is also another driver there. The third issue is the RFID smart card. Now, more and more applications are using RFID smart card. I mean, Hong Kong has been using a RFID smart card, which is called the Octopus, for payment for, I don't know, maybe over 10 years. Okay. And it's only recently, for the past 2 years, that now it's being introduced in London, called the Rabbit, right? So now people realize that, hey, this card is very useful, right? Yeah. You can use it for payment. I can use it to open a door. And if I need further security, I can also use it with a combination of my fingerprint to get into the warehouse or a data center.
Yeah, okay.
Can we stop for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
If couldn't have got that.
So he wasn't reflecting, was he?
Yeah, but he was keeping still, so we're going to have to do that. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we can carry on now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, in terms of the ID management space, what do you think are your core strengths and competencies that helps you to differentiate from your competitors?
Well, as I mentioned, our focus has always been in delivering the best of breed, okay, in terms of technology, in terms of solution to the market. That really separates us apart. We don't do what is traditionally available there, okay? Most of our competitors, yes, they use a fingerprint, but then they are using the traditional, maybe the RS485 technology, because most of the security industry is still using an RS485 network, okay, which is in kilohertz. Nowadays, we're talking about gigahertz or terahertz, okay? But the security industry is still working on the kilohertz space, believe it or not, a technology which has been insisted for 30, 40 years, okay? And most of our competitors, their device rely on that kilohertz technology. We have been introducing a web-based, okay, product since 2004, okay? We launched the first ever web-based and IP65, which means that the device is impact-proof, water-resistant, and we introduced a CMOS camera to take a picture of the person coming in, just in case that a lot of people, because biometric technology is not perfect, it's not 100% technology, which means that there's always someone who hasn't got a fingerprint, or their fingerprint actually changes as well, okay? Believe it or not, and they cannot be recognized. So what is the fallback if that happens? We take a picture, okay, of the person coming in, and that picture can also be compared with the registration photo. So if in the trade industry someone called a buddy punch occur, then you can also check, okay, at a later stage from the database.
You have kind of spoken a lot about the vertical markets, the end user markets, the technologies that you're using. These are in essence some of your key growth strategies. Are there anything that you would like to add which I have missed in terms of your growth? Because you've covered technology, you've covered end users, you've covered verticals. So are there any other growth strategies that you think, for example, a service as an option, or are you looking at any other growth strategies apart from these?
Yes, of course. I mean, for us, giving a 24 hours tech support is very important to our resellers and our distributors, okay, and our the value-added resellers, because a lot of our resellers, they might be, you know, very good at certain technologies, but they might not be familiar with all the technologies that is being used in our product, and they have to introduce our products, okay, and then to install it, which means that from time to time, or a lot of the time, they encounter technical issues, okay. If we are not able to give around the clock 24 by 7 support, it will be very difficult for them as well. And having a stability, a stable platform, which will reduce what we call the RMA, that is a faulty device sending back to us, is another issue, because that can be very costly for the end user when they are servicing an end user, when the unit coming back to us. Hence, our strategy is not like rolling out a new model every 3 months. A lot of our competitors, they roll out a model every 3 months. I don't know how they do it. How do they achieve product stability?
Correct.
How is it possible? Okay, which means that ACTAtek, I believe, currently has the best, okay, quality and stability product in the market available.
Mr. Thomas, I've kind of exhausted all the questions that I had. Is there something that you would like to add?
I think I've said a lot, and that's about it.
The Frost&Sullivan Best Practices Award in each category goes to a company that has shown outstanding leadership, strategic thinking, and execution in its industry and among all its competitors. Congratulations on attaining this crowning achievement.